The Royal United Services Institute for Defence and Security Studies, officially still known by its old name, the Royal United Services Institution, is a British defence and security think tank. It was founded in 1831 by the Duke of Wellington. Sir Arthur Wellesley.RUSI describes itself as the leading forum in the UK for national and international defence and security. It won Prospect magazine's Think Tank of the Year award 2008. In 2009, the same magazine named RUSI Foreign Policy Think Tank of the Year. In 2011, RUSI celebrated its 180th anniversary. RUSI's president is HRH the Duke of Kent and its director is Karen Van Hippel. History. RUSI was founded in 1831, making it the oldest defence and security think tank in the world, at the initiative of the Duke of Wellington. Its original mission was to study naval and military science. The Duke of Wellington spearheaded the establishment of RUSI in a letter to Colborne's United Service Journal, arguing that a United Service Museum should be formed, managed entirely by naval and military officers, and under patronage of the monarch, then King George IV, and the commanders-in-chief of the armed forces. Such an institution would prove that the two professions have entered the lists of science, and are ready to contend for honours. Tam artibus quam armus. Subsequently, Commander Henry Downes' Royal Navy assembled a group with a view to forming a committee for action, to which King George's first ADC was commanded to convey His Majesty's gracious and high approbation of the undertaking and of the principles on which it is proposed to conduct it, which were stated to be suitable for a strictly scientific and professional society, and not a club. The death of the king delayed matters, but the Duke of Clarence expressed his readiness to become a patron, so, encouraged by the powerful support of the Duke of Wellington, the first aide-de-camp, Sir Herbert Taylor, resubmitted the project to William IV, and was able to assure the committee that it could proceed under His Majesty's gracious auspices. On the 25th of June 1831 the committee met. The chair was taken by Major General Sir Howard Douglas, in his person a symbol of the United Service, a soldier who was the leading expert on naval gunnery. The resolution that the institution be established was put by the future Field Marshal Viscount Harding and seconded by the future Rear Admiral Sir Francis Beaufort, the famous hydrographer. The first title adopted was the Naval and Military Museum, altered in 1839 to the United Service Institution, and to the Royal United Service Institution by Royal Charter of Incorporation in 1860, retained until the present day. Today it is known as the Royal United Services Institute for Defence and Security Studies. FRUSI is a five-letter postnomial abbreviation for Fellow of RUSI. The building, prior to moving into its current purpose-built headquarters in 1895, RUSI began its existence in Whitehall Court, then moved to a house in what was then known as Middle Scotland Yard in 1832. Queen Victoria granted RUSI the use of the banqueting house. It finally moved to its current location next door to the banqueting house in 1895. Activities. RUSI is a British institution, but operates with an international perspective. It promotes the study and discussion of developments in military doctrine, defence management and defence procurement. In recent years RUSI has broadened its remit to include all issues of defence and security, including terrorism and the ideologies which foster it and the challenges which we face from other man-made and man-assisted threats and from natural disasters. RUSI has a membership consisting of military officers, diplomats and the wider policy community, numbering almost 2,000. RUSI currently also has 50 associate fellows and 12 fellows. FRUSI RUSI members and the wider defense and security community have access to the following activities. Research. RUSI's research activities fall under three categories: military sciences, international security studies, and homeland security and resilience. Since 2010, RUSI began widening its research interests to incorporate subjects such as climate change and conflict, war and culture. In 2014, RUSI set up the Center for Financial Crime and Security Studies. Analysis. RUSI experts are often called upon to provide analysis and commentary on the leading defense and security issues of the day. In addition, RUSI.org hosts timely analysis on the defense and security issues of the day. Content is drawn from its publications and briefings from its researchers. Events. RUSI organizes a number of lectures, seminars and conferences for its membership and the wider defense and international security community. Its location in Whitehall means that it is able to attract leading statesmen and policy makers. Publications. RUSI publishes a number of periodicals and books. Its flagship publication is the RUSI Journal. It also publishes the RUSI News Brief and RUSI Defense Systems Governance. Funding. RUSI is a registered charity. It relies on membership subscriptions, income from conferences including sponsorship, research contracts, room hire, and donations from foundations and individuals for its income. RUSI receives no core funding from government. Patron. Her Majesty Elizabeth II. President HRH the Duke of Kent. Chairman the RT Hon the Lord Hutton. Senior Vice President General David Petraeus. Council. RUSI is governed by a council comprising vice presidents, trustees and an advisory council. Members serve for a 3-year term. An up-to-date list can be found on RUSI's website. Vice Presidents: David Abrahams, Dr. James Hayes, Paul Lever, KCMG, Dr. Alexander Matcheff, Professor David Oman, GCB, His Grace the Duke of Westminster, Gerald Grosvenor, KGCB, CVOOBETDCDDL, Mr. John Weston, CBE. Director Karen Van Hippel.